Okay, so hello everyone. I'm here today to show you the petal stitch that's used in the Athena Shawlette. You can use this stitch on any garment, anything you want to add it to is fine. However, there are a few it's actually, some people call it the Rosebud stitch, and there are a few tiny different variations to the stitch. I'm in the pattern, the Athena Shawlette, I'm calling this the petal stitch. So people know it as the petal stitch or rosebud stitch. They won't all be the same. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I just have just a small sample here of knitting, and I'm going to put the, let's call it the petal stitch slash rosebud stitch on here, so that if you have the Athena Shawlette pattern, this will be your tutorial for how I do it in that pattern. So what we're going to do, the Athena Shawlette will begin differently, but because this is just a small swatch, this would be if you're just going to use it on any kind of square garment. But the stitch, I'm just going to start this one with just a knit stitch. And then in the pattern, you'll see where it tells you to begin the petal stitch. So the petal stitch or rosebud stitch starts with a yarn over, and then you knit two together, and you're going to want to try and do this loosely. So you knit two together, put your yarn through, and before you pull your stitch off, I like to tip this part forward. You know, you might just leave it like this. I tip it forward. You do your yarn over again, and then you knit through those two that stayed on your left hand needle, and knit them through. And then you just repeat that through the whole row. So yarn over and knit two together. Sorry, this is my first time doing one of these. Knit two together, pull it through, and before you pull the two you're knitting together off, I like to catch this in this hand so nothing slides off. You put a yarn over again, then you continue and you knit off those two that stayed on your left hand needle. And I just need some more yarn here. Second. Okay, so you're gonna yarn over, knit two together. So you're knitting two together, you bring your yarn through, but you don't pull your two stitches off. You do another yarn over, and then you knit again your two stitches off. And so you're going to repeat this through the whole row. I'll do it again. I'm doing it a little bit too tight. You know, it would have probably been a good idea to have metal needles, but when you're relaxing and you're knitting the shawlette and you're doing this section and you focus that you're doing it loose, it goes really easy and it becomes second nature. So yarn over, knit two together, but before you pull it off, twist your needle up and put your yarn over one more time, and then knit those two together and pull it off. So again, you're going to continue that down the row. I'm trying to remember to keep my hands flat so you can see. Okay, so again, yarn over. You can slow this down, and I'm sure you know that, to watch it slower. So you're going to do your yarn over. You're going to knit two together. Pull it through, and before you take your stitches off, you're going to do another yarn over. And then you put it through, continue to knit your 2 together. And then I'll do it again. Yarn over, and just get some stitches up here. Yarn over, knit 2 together through, but before you pull those 2 off, I like to put it up here. You yarn over, and then you knit those 2 off. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on to the end, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That went so much faster when I wasn't trying to get under the camera. Okay, so I'm just down to my last 3 stitches. So we're going to do the final yarn over, knit 2 together. Don't pull it off your needle. Yarn over again, and then yarn over, and then put it through the last 2. And I'm doing it a little bit tight, of course, because of how I'm sitting here. For you, it shouldn't be like that. And then we have 1 left, and I'm just going to knit that last one. Now, keep in mind, if you're doing the Athena shawl, you're going to have a different instruction for the beginning and the end. But if you're just doing the petal stitch or rosebud stitch, you can just have 1 extra stitch on each end, simply because you got to start off with the yarn over. So, okay, so now we're on row 2. So this will be coming back on the wrong side of the shawlette. It will be the wrong side. So, and as far as the rosebud or petal stitch, this is the back of it. So we're going to start with whatever your first stitches are. In this case, it's just 1 stitch before the pattern starts. So we're going to purl that first stitch coming back on the wrong side. Okay, so we're going to do row 2 coming back, purl the first stitch, and then you go back and you just continue, just purl 2 together the whole way back. I unfortunately did these a little too tight. The bamboo, it seems like it's sticking to it, but I guess steel needles would be better. So here again, purl 2 together, purl 2 together, purl 2 together. I can't say strong enough to do them loosely. Purl 2 together. Okay, so I'm going to continue purling 2 together, and I'll be back with you at the end. Okay, here we are back. Gosh, it goes so much faster. It's really difficult to do this and not be able to have a hard time seeing what you're doing with the camera in front of me. So anyways, so I'm just on, remember it was purl 2 all the way back, and you can kind of see the stitch forming. So I'm just going to do the last purl 2 together, and then the last purl 1, and again the Athena Shawlette won't be purl 1 at the end, but the instructions are all there. So now, I don't know, hopefully you can see this a little bit, how cute it is, the stitch. So we'll do 1 more, because really it's once you have more than 1 row that it really shows the beauty of the stitch. And I'm just using purely just scrap yarn here. It's not I think it's an acrylic mix. It's not, I shouldn't say good yarn, but it's not other yarn that works really well on the needles. This kind of is sticky to the bamboo needles. So, okay, so we're going to do row 1 again. So we're just going to knit the first one. Okay, so now we're going to start the petal stitch / rosebud. It's yarn over, knit 2 together, pull this through, and before you pull it off, you do another yarn over, and then you knit those two together. This one is, see, now it's a lot easier because I don't have it so tight. So yarn over, knit two together, keep it on the needle. We're going to do one more yarn over, and then we'll knit those two off. And this is yarn row 1 of the repeat for the petal stitch / rosebud stitch. So I'm going to carry on down here. I'll do 1 or 2 more without talking, and then I'll just pause it till I get to the end, and we'll do a little bit of the row 2 going back, and then I think that should be it. It, and I'll be back when I get to the end. Okay, so here we are. I'm just a few stitches here from the end. So we'll just do that and we'll turn around. So the last one, yarn over. Oopsie. Yarn over, knit these two together. Don't pull them off your hook. Do another yarn over. And then knit those 2 stitches. Oops. Okay. There we go. And then we're just going to knit the last stitch. So there we go. Now we just have to come back to finish the row 2. It's such a pretty lace stitch. I'm hoping you can really see how pretty it is. Okay, so we're going to push all my yarn up here close so I can show you. Okay, so now we're going to do purling. So we're going to purl. We're going to purl the first stitch. And then like before, row 2 is you just keep purling 2 together. Purl 2 together. Oops. Purl 2 together. 2 together. 2 together. Okay, so I'll do the 2 togethers and I'll come back at the end. Okay, so here I am at the end of row 2 of the petals / rosebud stitch. So we have 3 left, so I have 1 more to purl 2 together and then purl 1 at the end. Okay, so, oh, sorry if that made a lot of noise. So, look how pretty. It's beautiful. It's such a pretty stitch. Such a pretty stitch. So now, like I was saying, this is the stitch that we use for the petal stitch in the Athena Shawlette, and I can show you. Let me see. I'll move this. So this is the Athena Shawlette, and I think we need something white under here to show you the petal stitch or the rosebud stitch on the shawl. Now hopefully you can, I'll have to stretch it to see because the desk is dark, so you might not see through how pretty it is. This is on a merino wool, and there was no difficulty. It slid off even my bamboo needles. It just slid right off. So superwash merino is what this is. And then I have another, I've made a couple of these because they're just so much of a perfect size that just, you shoot it on under your, twist it around here. You shoot it on, it goes under a sweater, under your jacket. But look how pretty that stitch is. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. So yeah, so this is the petal stitch for the Athena Shawlette. You can find it on Ravelry and I'll link it below. It's just a really quick knit. It's a one skein knit and great for gift giving and everything. I'm going to do a couple more for Christmas since we're October 2024 right now. So hopefully those were pretty clear instructions. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, and I'll try and help you the best I can. So thanks for being here, and again, I'll link it below, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.